Hey guys, it's Gus.
And Carlos from Hardware Unplugged.
And today we're going to be checking out the Zowie ZA13-C. But before we get started, please make sure to hit that like button and show support. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. With that being said,
Let's begin.
alright, so we have the ZA13 here, and I think we used it for about 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
But before we get into our experience, go ahead and talk about the specs of the mouse, right? Let's talk about a few things. So this mouse has a 33, what is it? What sensor does it use? 33, what, 60, 70? I don't know. I'll put the specs in the sensor.
Yeah, put all the specs up here.
But the sensor was pretty snappy, low lift off, right? It performed pretty good. You didn't have issue with the sensor at all.
No software, right? I think everything's inside the mouse.
Onboard memory.
Plug and play, basically.
Yeah, onboard memory. At the bottom, as a matter of fact, you can see the DPI button and the polling rate adjustment, and you could tell which DPI you're using by the color profile, right? According to the mouse. They give you a card that tells you which DPI belongs to what color. I'll go ahead and put that up too, and the polling rate in the bottom. Cable is. It's actually an improvement. It's an improvement from their freaking whack ass freaking rubber cable.
The rubber cables, yeah.
Yeah, and I just noticed this right now, but this freaking angle is like super up.
Yeah.
It was. It's the angle. The stress rate is angled up.
I actually really like that because whenever I would play, it really wouldn't get in the way of the mouse.
The bungee, right? When you had the bungee.
Yeah, so I had a bungee on it, and it
hardly hit the mouse pad.
Yeah, it was good. I actually like that. So good job on that, Zowie.
Yeah, the scroll wheel, I believe it's different. I think they went on. I forgot how many steps. This is a different scroll wheel, but I think the steps are. It's like I think it has more or less steps. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's still the same Zowie scroll wheel, which I personally don't like.
I personally actually really like it, honestly.
Yeah. I prefer. Okay, you know what? I like smooth scroll wheel, but I actually like some tactility. But I don't like how it's so freaking loud. Like this is okay. I just don't like how it's loud.
Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, right? Like I'm in the comments, but I do believe they have it like that because a lot of CS:GO players really like they like steps, that type of like scroll wheel.
Yeah. So another thing, go ahead and give you guys sound tests on all the buttons. The buttons were actually pretty good. I didn't have issue with the buttons at all. Side buttons were pretty good too.
Yeah.
Very low post travel. A little bit of pre travel, like a little bit, almost nothing. The buttons are actually pretty good.
Again, it's Zowie quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you get like a Zowie mice, you know, it's always good, right?
Yeah.
But there's like two issues that mean you have.
Yeah. There's two features that we have about this mouse, right? Now, one has to be a coating. The coating in this thing sucks so bad. It's like it's a fingerprint magnet, and it's not gamer gunk friendly at all.
Dude, no lie, 1 hour of game with it, and I show people right like on my stream, dude, it was so disgusting. Like, a lot of dead skin and everything, and I'm like, dude, no, I'm not a dirty ass freaking person, okay? But this mouse has to be the worst coating when it comes to it getting dirty. My freaking god, this mouse gets dirty so freaking fast, like unbelievably fast.
It's really hard to keep it clean because I don't know, but I tend to sweat a lot, and so it looks dirty as hell just by that. Because I don't know if you can see right now, the camera picks up so much thumbprints and stuff. It just makes it look super dirty, and it sucks because this is I feel like this is a complaint that people have had for like the longest from Zowie. Yeah. And they seem to have listened to some of the complaints, like the cable and stuff, changing it and making it lighter too. Yeah. But this coating has to be something that they need to change on their next iteration of their mice and stuff like that. And the other last complaint that we have, well, one of the last complaints that we have that's featured in this mouse will have to be the feet. Now the feet in these things are so freaking thin. Now at first, I remember it gliding pretty good, but like I think like about a week.
It was pretty decent.
Yeah, like about a weekend, I started noticing like my mouse pads hit the plastic on the bottom of the mouse, and if you have squishy mouse pads like Artisan Extra Soft and you press force down, you're gonna feel that freaking the plastic at the bottom of the mouse hit the mouse pad, and that's even with the stock feet. So they're very thin as they are. But if you use them for longer, we use them for like a week, and we could feel the mouse pad touch this like
the plastic.
It
it doesn't give a really good glide after about a week of use of like hardcore use.
Super hardcore use.
Yeah. So, that's kind of a bummer, honestly. But we actually have a third complaint. We do have a third complaint. I completely forgot about that.
Yes.
That's a side flicks it has now.
Yes.
I did not have no issue with the side flicks, but it's all about thumb placement, right? And so.
How was your experience with the mouse first? Because I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah. Okay, so my experience with the mouse actually. So for like the first 2 days, I wasn't doing anything special. My brain had to adjust with the shape and whatnot. But on the third day and up, I actually really enjoyed my time with it. I was playing really well with it. I was fragging with this mouse. I was getting clips, dude.
You're Relax Claw, right?
Yes, Relax Claw, and sometimes I palm. But yes, but with this mouse, I was definitely Relax Clawing most of my time. Me playing with this mouse.
Where did you feel the hump on this? You know how you Relax Claw? Where did you feel the hump on this?
The hump was definitely kind of more like on the middle, honestly. And so how the way that I grab my mouse is this knuckle never touches like the top of the mouse or whatnot. It's kind of so for sure the hump, I was able to feel it a lot on these 3 knuckles here.
Okay.
How do you call it? And I was able to get a really good grip on my ring finger here. Look, look how it sits. It sits kind of flush with it. So that's one of the things that I really liked about it. Again, shape. I feel like if you Relax Claw and you claw, you're actually gonna really like this mouse. And I was surprised at how thin it, how slim and kind of small it is. So again, it was quite of a pleasant surprise, honestly.
For me, so. My experience was different. Well, kind of similar, but different, right? Yeah. So, just like you, I actually enjoy this mouse a lot. So, when I picked it up and I tried it, it felt awkward as hell. I remember comparing it with the Rocket Burst. And I noticed that the hump on this was super noticeably taller. And
yes, it is.
I played with it for like a day. And I'm like, you know what? I actually like this mouse. But like I think like the second day, third day, I don't know what happened to it. I've never clicked with a mouse like just like I have with the ZA13-C. Like, the shape on this thing. See, the thing is when I use the Rocket Burst, I've always said, man, I wish I had a mouse that had a taller hump. Because see, if you look at my grip, these 2 knuckles right here sit right on that hump. Yeah, and that's something. Yeah, and I go back to the Burst, and the Burst they kind of almost sit, but this one they sit right there. And that's what I've always wanted in the mouse. That's what I wanted, a taller hump, right? And so when I got this mouse, used it for a few days, I played really good with it. But like the third day, I noticed I kept running into this issue where like the side flex, this part started flexing. And I noticed the more time I put in, the more sensitive that part, the side flex got. Yeah. And it annoyed me because it was costing me games where I knew I could freaking won that gunfight, but I had that side flex issue that killed me. That cost me the game, right? And so what I ended up learning is thumb placement matters so much with the ZA13-C, right? So you never ran into the issue because your thumb is a little bit forward, right? On the side buttons.
Yep, I never ran into the issue.
Your thumb leans more towards the front side button, right? It's more on the front side button than it's on the back.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
My thumb is a little bit more on the back side, and not only that, it's a little higher, so it's like right underneath the back side button. Yeah, so it really matters where you put your thumb. If you put your thumb right underneath that side button, you're gonna flex it. So what I ended up learning is if you just move your thumb towards the bottom of the mouse, toward the bottom, literally just the bottom to the mouse, you won't run into the issue. Or you move it forward a little bit, you won't run into the issue at all. It's like the issue seems to be right underneath that back button. Right.
Yes. Super easy to press. And I don't want anybody to say that he grips the mouse hard, because it's actually kind of easy for you to flex it on the back button, and you could activate it quite easy without making that much force. So again, thumb placement really does matter when it comes to that mouse, honestly.
And I will say I do grip my mouse pretty firm, right? But I mean, like, okay, I'll give you.
You're not breaking the mind. You're not, you know.
I'll give you a perfect example. Okay, as a matter of fact, that quality issue disappointed me so much. I went back to the mouse I was maining prior to this one, right? Which was an Ninjutsu Katana. So I don't know if you guys remember I made a video of how that mouse is my main, and I had put it away because I was reviewing all these other mice, right? But I had this mouse on top, and I liked it, and I'm like, you know what? Let me use the Ninjutsu Katana because that mouse, that was my main too. So I took it out, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't perform almost as good with the Katana as I did with this. Like, I don't perform as well with the Katana as the ZA13-C, but I still perform fairly good with the Katana. And I think I'm just gonna go main that one because this side flex issue,
it was a thing that killed it, huh?
Yeah, and look, I can send it back, right? I can send it back and then get another copy. Yeah. But then, what if I get another copy that's defective, right? So what I would like from Zowie to do is to figure out what that problem is, isolate it, and please try to reduce the number of bad copies out there, and really try to fix that issue because this is new for Zowie, right? This is a new issue for Zowie. Like Zowie is supposed to be top tier. That's why they charge you $70, right? It's supposed to be top tier, and for this to be an issue, and
you see a lot of people like on Reddit also complain about
exactly, and it's not like a little issue, it's not like 10 people got this issue. No. Like I've seen Reddit and I've seen posts on Twitter where that is an issue. Yeah. Now again, thumb placement plays a major role. So maybe those people who say they don't have side issues, maybe don't place your thumb right there underneath the back button, right? True. We don't know that, right? But yeah, so this mouse.
How much was it, by the way?
Just $70. $70.
So it's out. They always press it. I don't know why I even asked.
Yeah, $70. So, but I like the shape a lot. As a matter of fact, I like it so much. I think I'm gonna get a Zowie ZA13-B instead, cause it doesn't even weigh that much. I believe that one was like 74 grams. Yeah. The ZA13-B, right?
Oh, dude. Speaking of which, I completely forgot to tell. This is like 65 grams, right?
Yeah, 65 grams,
right? Something like that. So it was so lightweight that I remember that my aim was actually kind of shaky with this mouse.
Oh yeah.
I forgot to, cause it's lightweight, you know. But other than that, I had a really good time with it. $70 though. Wire mice, it does have the side flex issue. The coating gets dirty, but it is grippy.
It is grippy. I've never had an issue with
the feet. Are good for like the first 5 days. After that, they kind of suck.
You get an extra pair though. You get an extra pair.
Yeah. So but you do get like another extra pair. Yeah. Honestly, do you recommend the Zowie ZA13-C?
Okay, no. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. I don't know about you because you had different experience, right? But I wouldn't recommend it just because if you are looking for a mouse, right? Yeah. With that high hump, and this is gonna be your next mouse. I don't want you guys going out there and getting it, spending $70, and then having that issue. Because dude, I love this shape of this mouse, but that issue, I hate it. Yeah. I hate it, and I cannot recommend it because of that. Okay. For that issue.
I had a really good time with it, and I actually like the mouse, but I'm not gonna recommend it. It just felt too short. Now my reasons are completely different.
Yes.
So one
I forgot about that.
The only thing that me do have a comment is that this side flex, that's a no go, dude. That's not good. Two, $70 for a wired mice. Doesn't even have virgin PTFE feet. Because these feet, I'm sorry, after about a week, they suck. Okay. And yes, you get another extra pair, but they're gonna last you like another week or two, and then they're gonna suck still. Okay. Yeah. So this is so that's not cool. And again, $70 for a wire mice, I think that's pushing it. Oh, I understand it's lightweight. I get it. It's Zowie. They make really good shapes. The shape's cool, right? And all that, blah, blah, blah. I just don't see the value in it. Now, keep in mind, the shape's awesome. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And if you think the shape is for you, go for it. But you know what's funny? I get a lot of people telling me, why don't you just use a wireless mice? Nobody. I feel like wire mice are literally that. Like, no one's buying wire mice, dude. It's hard for you to buy a good wired mouse or convince somebody to buy a wire mouse in 2022. There's so many mice that are coming out that are wireless. Yeah. So $70 wire mouse, it's a really tough sell. I don't see the value in it because you could go ahead and get a Pulsar X Lite for 75.
Or
the Fanatic,
no,
not
only that, the Ninjutsu came out with the Katana wireless,
and that's like 80, right? I think
it's $80, 85, 90 bucks, somewhere around 90 bucks, 90 bucks, and then it weighs like the exact same as the GP
or like
wireless.
60, I think. Yeah. It was 60 grams. So you see what I'm saying? Like, Zowie's in a really tough spot, in my opinion. They make great shapes. I'm not knocking them.
Yeah.
Okay, don't right. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm looking at it at a consumer and at a value standpoint, and I just don't see it.
Yeah, seriously. And I was hoping that maybe Vaxi would come out and make the mouse with the tall hump, but it seems that they're not working on that. So
I think
anytime soon.
Yeah, I think like if anything, Vaxi wants to make new shapes, just completely new shapes that have nothing to do with it. So
no. See, the thing is, because I just want to make a mouse with a tall hump.
That's
what I want. But I don't think they're doing that.
True. So hopefully they do though. Because
hopefully
Vaxi is one of my favorite companies, honestly, and Zowie too. I ain't gonna lie, with the shapes, but
but with this, their reputation was high quality, built quality, right? Really good quality stuff.
You expect something to be almost perfect with them, right? But
so that's pretty much it, guys. Links to everything down below. This is Gus
and Carlos from Hardware Unplugged.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.